Okay, let me test the how this is working, if the audio sounds fine. Okay, let me test. Okay, that seems to be working. Now I just have to find the link again. For some reason it's not under the live stream. Now it is. Okay, there we go. Just took its time. I'll just post it in a couple of places before we start, and then we can start and get going. Okay, so let me find which window was it. This one here, and I'll just paste the link to Patreon as well, and then we can start. Okay, there we go. Should be fine. So let's get going. I'm good. How are you? Good, good. Let's start with the Patreon requests again, and start with the requests first. So Solana, Atom, go with that one first. So Sol, I had actually a trade on it not too long ago, but this is and I'm still in it. So the previous idea was that we still had this as the start of something. Again, this is from the December 2022 lows, or the end of this 2022. The move up, to me, still requires a pardon leg to the upside. So the idea would be that we are doing something like this. However, if you're looking at this structure over here, I think we need to flush this a couple of times more here overall before we can actually do it and have it completed. Just because, again, the structure, I like the idea that wave C would be coming down a bit more. We did hit the main targets though, the 1.236 and 1.236 of the higher degree. So the wave Y, meaning that it would be the target of this structure and also the target of this structure. However, again, if we are just looking at it structurally, there's just nothing here. Of course, you could be saying that we have just invisible 4s and 5s here, which might be the case. I mean, but it's just structurally, I feel like there needs to be some more lows. But yeah, I'm still on this long side. I've taken profits and set my stop to break even, so I'm good on that part. And the expectation here would be, of course, that we would be looking to create a follow move, and this structure from here does not really look like it. Of course, as we did get a very impulsive move from these lows, you could have this as a 1-2 and then have some kind of diagonal in here, but it's really hard to say at these very lows. But as mentioned, main targets have been reached on Solana, but yeah, I don't really like the idea that it is done yet. I feel like Bitcoin is needing to come down as well. What's up? Yeah, good to hear. Always good to hear that people are learning stuff. But yeah, no, that's all I got on Atom. Oh, sorry, on Solana for now. Let's take a look at something else, which was Atom. Now, this is a bit different. It bottomed way earlier on June 2022. We had this very weird, I remember we were covering this multiple times at that point. This came down, or was coming up in this very channel-like structure. I did not like it at all. And there is still a possibility where we would be looking for a partner leg for this one, because you could be having something like this, where this in the middle would be a three-way structure, where this was a 3 and this is some kind of 3. It has to be a 3 of some sort, unless this is an expanded structure. Again, structurally it looks horrible, but overall I think this is decent looking still. Macro targets are not yet hit. 1-to-1, 6 point something, and on log scale we did hit that. I feel like I still want to hit this one here. And again, as Atom is kind of out of sync with the other ones, you could be looking at this as a 3-wave here. So this low here that we had on whatever this was, June 2022, is not the invalidation for any kind of trade. So this is more like a 3-wave, this is more like a 3-wave, and then we are getting an A, B, C overall. So again, some of the targets would be for an expanded flat, which would be all the way down here, $1.10 or 18 cents to 4 cents. So that has definitely a possibility at that point. But the issue is that we would be needing to retrace or extend, sorry, quite a bit to the downside for this leg. And yeah, this is also kind of close, but they're not really overlapping too well. Just mark out the levels you're interested in and yeah, go from there. I still feel like, again, we are needing some more legs down at this point, but yeah, I'm not going to be long in this unless we get some lows as well. This is not really pretty structure either way. Maybe A, B, C, D, E. Maybe there is a diagonal here. Oh, sorry, a triangle here. The more 1-2-1-2s you see, the less likely it is to happen. But if you mean 1-2-1-2 to the upside or downside, I don't know which one you're talking about. But if this is meant to be a wave 1, then I'm going to be missing this trade for sure. I'm not really liking that. Down, I mean, the only way I can see this is that this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is overlap though. I mean, it could be. It's at that point again, this is, I don't know. Then we would need to think that what this is part of. This kind of looks like a 3 though. Structurally, it's not really there. But Atom has been one of those weird ones that it just doesn't really fit into anything, any of the molds that we generally have. It's kind of like XRP, that it kind of lives in its own world sometimes. This here looks pretty decent as 5, so all from here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I don't think we have yet to have a partner leg for it, unless again if it is doing something on its own, and this would be expanded flat into these lows, and then we would have a, well, basically something new here. But I don't think that is the likeliest scenario. Yeah, but generally when you have a 1-2-1-2 into any kind of or in Bitcoin basically, then you would have a 1-2 setups on other altcoins as well. They are they are kind of lining up very well generally. Atom is probably not that case, but yeah, generally. But yeah, I don't see an opportunity here on Atom yet. Maybe this low here around $6.50 area would be an interest. I think a couple more lows here would be that I would be more interested. Triangle, if you're talking about this kind of, is really early on to tell, but yeah, it can be. This would be A, B, C, D, E, and then we would have a structure like this. But as you can see, there is so many legs to be had here that it's just basically just guess game here at this point. Once the structure is built more, then we can talk about it again more. But at this point, there's no real point talking about it, in my opinion, because those are not the most common structures either. Costco, let's check out that. I have charted it before. Cost. So this is what we were thinking about previously. So potential ABC down into W, looking for some kind of wave X overall. General idea would be that we would take out this high. This has, yeah, this was kind of weird one. There was also this triangle possibility, I remember now. And that is definitely a possibility. We did break through this trend line that probably retail traders are looking at. And it could be that we just do this and dump. I kind of want us to get beyond the wave W highs. And at that point, we could have the X here. This is actually lower than this one, so you would have it A, B, C, D, E, like that. So A, B, C, D, E. It's not the perfect one for sure. Also RSI. RSI is not really liking that there. It's not too bad here, but we have this divergence, so it's not perfect either. Even if this was, you could have this as a structure like this. At that point we would have a bit different extension targets, a bit 557. Do I have it here? Oh, I have it here, okay. But this would be here. Let's see the time element here. 1 to 1, so it does fit really well that this X wave was here, but overall we can see that we had divergence here, so I feel like the X wave actually should be here. It's kind of weird. This is probably a WXY overall in the middle. Get rid of that. So WXY, WXY. Either the X wave is here and we are just looking for that wave Y now, or that wave X is later on, and then obviously this would be way later on. But targets haven't really changed too much. It's still to the upside, I feel like. There's areas of interest, all these, where there are shorts, or the stop losses for shorts. So again, we could get that liquidity before dumps. So here at this point again, I would be expecting a three-way structure. So either we are doing something like this. Not quite sure. This is already very long. It could be that we are just creating some kind of ending diagonal here that is super ugly, and we are just creating a dump and then pump again towards here, towards the 550s to 550s as the minimum. Yeah, I think that is pretty decent overall. So local term time frame low and then up here somewhere and then dump. That would be giving us the best looking structure. Obviously this X being labeled in here does not really give us the best look, because again this X here is already really large, as you can see. So it could be that this X wave is somewhere later on, and this would be a 3 3 3, and that way we could get a bit more proportionate wave structure here, and this whole thing just goes longer and longer to the end of this year basically. Yeah, those are the thoughts at the moment. We'll see how that turns out. I'm not really interested in trading this at the moment because all of these are again in threes, and the more threes you see, the harder it is to trade, because there are so many different possibilities you can have. BA, what is BA? Well, let's just do the indices now, so that was one of the requests. Dow, I made a separate video on this yesterday, where I was liking this idea still, where we had this as an AB and then looking for C, or that this was an AB and C, where this B wave is not in, similar to Costco, where this would be coming down here later on this year, and only then we would be looking for another move up from here to create that X wave or B wave. At this point again, there is a chance of going long soon, potentially, if we are going to be creating this retracement down. The areas of interest I had was around the 33.6k area ish, for the potential 618. That would be giving us a good risk to reward ratios to go forward, something of this sort. And again, the idea would be that we would be looking for this as an ABC at least, so 1-to-1 would be the main target here, and good risk to reward ratios. Then S&P 500, I still don't know what this is about. A lot of channeling like structures here. The longer this takes, the less likely this scenario becomes. There is definitely a bullish scenario in here, where this would be a 1-2, where this would be a wave 1-2, 1-2, and then of course we would be going to the moon. However, we don't have that data yet. It could be the case, but I'm not really a fan of that as of yet. We'll see. 1-to-1 was hit on arithmetic scale, this target of WXY here. We did not hit it here for the local structure for the C wave. Also, we did not have a good looking divergence here on 4 hour, but on smaller time frames we did get some kind of divergence in play. Not really sure how I want to be counting this. I think we might need to be saying that this is a 1 and then expand a flat for 2. Sure, this goes beyond the 1.618 retracement that I have basically as an invalidation generally, but at this point I don't have anything else. So 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5. That would be the most bearish interpretation of this whole thing, and then we would go down here. And at that point again, this whole structure of WXY would be done. If we start to break these lows here, then that scenario becomes more prevalent and more probable. If we just continue up, the more likely it is that this is some kind of 1-2 and some kind of 1-2 mess here that I just can't count, and then we just continue going up and to the moon. That's S&P 500. NASDAQ is very similar to it. WXY is the bearish idea. The issue with this one is that we have started to extend here locally. This is already almost getting to the 1.618, so there is definitely a chance that instead of WX this becomes something else, and the whole thing would become here is some kind of super or diagonal. I don't like it at all. That's why I did not have it as a main scenario. Let's take a look at what Bitcoin is doing while it is getting this giving me these alerts. Okay, so we are coming down here. Give me just a moment. So I was looking for a potential setup here. Just a moment. Okay, that should be fine now. What else? So where were we? We were looking at some other indices. Where do I have it? Yeah, NASDAQ, yeah. So NASDAQ, potential extension to the upside. We did not tag the 1.618 yet. We do have some bearish divergence here on 1 hour time frame. It's not too prevalent. We have it locally here and from these highs here. So it is something to note, but again, we don't need to be worrying about those completely. They might play out or not. There's other factors we need to be thinking about as well. I do like the idea that we would be coming down, but again, it is very extended, this structure already. The local structure, oh nice, this has not shifted. Gotta love it when TradingView does that. This is probably wrong as well. Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay, these are just manually added now. So, okay, so we did not extend to the 1.618. That's nice. I've been only looking at that. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, 1.382 hits on both. It's still bearish targets. Once we hit the 1.618, then we can start to talk about the possible 4 and 5. If we do this, then we need to be thinking about more bullish scenarios. Until then, I'm still bearish. I think that is pretty simple. Let's check out AUS 200 because I had something in it. The higher time frames are not that good on AUS. I had this as a WXY coming down, then ABC into W, ABC into X, and then ABC for that wave Y later on. I kind of like this as a 5 wave. There's possibilities labeling it differently as well. Came back down close to the golden pocket. We kind of missed it, but the local structure did not really give us a very good looking 5 wave. So that's why I did not go long here at all. It might be that this is a 5 wave, but it did not give me any it didn't give me any clues for that. Maybe it's just some kind of very wonky 5 wave. I can't really count it that way, but yeah, it is what it is. You could be going in on this one here against these lows, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be waiting for it and probably maybe then missing the structure or the trade completely. Could be that we have a structure like so here, and we would be creating that 3-way structure still to the downside here to create a structure like that overall. And at that point again, I would be more interested. Actually, just an alarm there. What else? That's the indices. Peloton. I have been looking at this, but it was so long ago. I think I have a count for it. No, I don't. Okay, so I'm not going to be looking at this. So I'm just going to be moving this guy into the queue of things to do. Things to do, then shop. That, oops, that I'm sure that I've done. Shop, there we go. Okay. Quite a few different scenarios, unfortunately. So we had an idea that we had an ABC, potential ABC coming down. That never played out. Bullish scenario was that this was a 1-2, 1-2. We actually... I don't know why this looks so different here. Oh, it's because the... Can someone actually explain this to me? Why does the daily time frame does not show you the internal data, like here? 4 hour obviously peaked here. Daily does not go beyond. I don't understand. Both are on ETH, or the extended trading hours. I don't understand what TradingView is doing with that. Maybe I need to create yet another ticket, because I've been creating so many tickets about TradingView. They're probably already so bored of me asking things. But if you know what that is all about, then let me know. Potential diagonal here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, divergences here, so could be starting to correct soon. This can't obviously be a 1, 2 anymore, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, because again we are coming back to the wave 1 top here. If we retrace anything here, so it's not most likely to be a 1, 2, 3. Bullish scenario would be saying that we have this as another 1, 2. I don't really like that scenario at all. Not really probable. WXY idea, yeah, the proportions are really bad if we were to label this as X. We did get this idea though overall. It just shifted here and it's way later on. It's just horrible looking structure if we are looking at this separately here. It just doesn't have a good look. Overall, I don't like it either. I would not be trading this. It's kind of more like some kind of channel here than anything else. Short the tops of channel and then long the bottoms of the channel. With the previous low as the stop, basically. Go in here. Yeah. Maybe I'll just add an alert here. Exiting channel here only once, and we'll see. We'll see if there is going to be some in here. But that should be fine. AMD. Let's see if I have done that. I have talked about that. I don't have it here. Okay, so that's something to do. TWLO. Twilio, never heard of that. Probably some American thing. Is that all? I think that is all the requests that I had there. So let's go through these ones then. So NVDA, let's start with that. Still going up. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. We were talking about this, how we wanted it to have a third wave here. It still gave us divergence here, so potential 5 of something. It could be that this 3 is here and this is more bullish, and yeah, we got this as the wave 4, and then at least one more high here, like so. This last extension here is kind of scuffed. It could be that we have this as some kind of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, does not really matter, do I have it here like so, or this one here. This probably looks better, so I'll just keep that as is. So we have divergences here from third to the third of fifth, and then also from third to the fifth. This is not the best here yet. I feel like we might be missing one more high since we don't have that divergence. So I'll be setting an alarm here, and let's see, this is probably the way too. And I want to be knowing if we come back below the 0.5 retracement of this move. So generally the wave 4s don't go past the 50% retracement, so that's why I want to have an alert there. Delete this one here. Yeah, NVIDIA. I might be looking for a potential short opportunity soon. Of course that is going to be risky, but again, I'm not going to be going and trying to catch a knife here. I'm waiting for some kind of structure to be forming before I'm going to be taking any kind of positions on it. So just to have a clear stop loss in mind, because there's no real invalidation. This could just be this, and yeah, if you don't have stop loss in place, you're just gonna get wrecked. NFLX is the next one. This one has been pumping as well. We did go beyond the 1.618 of this move here, so I'm kind of not liking this idea that this is WXY anymore. I don't have the structural idea that this would be 5 here, but I feel like I have to label this as 1, 2 already. The previous structure here would have to be also some kind of 5. However, I'm not really sure how I would go with that. Maybe this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this would be an ABC as the connector wave. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. You get the point here. Did I have it here? Yeah, I did. Okay. Except this wave 2 or wave B would be here instead. So let's get rid of that. This is turning it into way more bullish of a scenario, and this actually should be here, I think. Also, I think this is the reason I did not like this, because this goes beyond the 1.618. Yeah, it does. Yeah. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonal here at the end. Super ugly. Can't do much about it at this point. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So overall, this would be 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some kind of 3, 4, and then 5 somewhere here. Of micro, this would be 3, 4, and 5 soon-ish. And with the extensions in mind, let's take a look at what we can prefer at this point. We're still below the 1-to-1, obviously. So again, the idea is that we would be preferring the C wave. This actually should be different degrees, so let me change those. So I would be preferring the C wave all the way up to the 1.618 here, which again we could be turning more bullish. Something like this. Otherwise ABC it is, and then we come back down. He has retraced quite a bit already, but let's see, do we have any lining fibs here? Some of the main targets here as well. Golden pocket, for example, has this 1.236. Really nice area. Also what we have is structural resistance here, just below it or just before it. So yeah, that's looking decent. More volume is picking up as well here. So interesting area. I'll just set myself an alarm here. Actually, I'll just set it a bit earlier on and then another one up in here. But yeah, at this point, I'm not going to be looking into trades this. Or you could be looking for pullbacks and then upwards with some kind of stop loss somewhere. Might be a good trade because I feel like there is still a wave 4 and 5s to be done at least. What else do we have? We have Meta. Short idea here based on this one-to-one extension that we talked about previous week and the golden pocket. This was again the idea that we would have this as 3. Nothing has really changed. We did get a move down, however, it can be labeled in 5 like so, but it's not the clearest. I was hoping this wave 4 would be longer lasting and then we would be getting that last leg down. We never did. This can certainly be labeled in 5 as well. 1 2 1 2, some kind of 3 4 5 3 4 5. So if it breaks this high, you probably want to do actually this. I'll actually do that myself now if you're in that, because if that is not a 5-way, then this could do something else completely, and we don't need to get rid of our. So the invalidation is pretty tight here. Okay, there we go. But yeah, Meta, nothing really new about it at this point. Then Tesla, actually coming down a bit. The one-to-one here is definitely a target. I have lost count on this here. I was already expecting a 3rd wave, then we just kept pumping and I just stopped looking at it. I was just looking at my profits still going up, and well, it's nice to see those going up, but I don't know. High time frame 4 hour, I think we have just a slight divergence, just one. Let's see, 85.7, 85.45. So yeah, we have just one here, and I feel like this is a local degree. So maybe 1 2 3 4 5 or 1 2 3 4 5, and then we would have at least this kind of structure here. And even if this is here, we would have one more high, but not quite sure. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame here. You can probably hear the cop cars going outside. Give me just a moment, I'll close the balcony door. Alright, there we go. Much more quiet. This came down in 3, I think. Looks pretty decent. We came up and then we are still dumping. So either we have a structure like this and then we get another leg like this, or this looks like a triangle in here. 3, not quite sure what this is here. Maybe this is some kind of 3 3 3. Let's see. This is a wave 4 of some smaller degree, so I wouldn't really like it to go too much past this. I'll set an alarm here on 1 to 1. Yeah, it looks decent still for more upside. As long as these really hold somewhere around 240s, then it's all fine. This kind of area, find support here and then go up once more at least. This obviously needs to be going up here. That's Tesla. Let's check out Bitcoin. We already talked about Bitcoin a bit. For the local setup, check out the higher time frame here. Let's actually put these guys back in here. This one. So we have quite a few different options. Some kind of diagonal possibilities, like so, or that we have the structure where we have this as 3-wave into a W. I think this was the scenario here. Let me just hide some of these. It's too many. Oh well, whatever. Too many fibs going on, but hopefully you get the idea. WX, I'm looking for that wave Y later on. 1 to 1 would be around 23.1k. At this point, I think, and I like the idea that this is 3. Could be the end of wave W. Then this has to be a 3-wave up here for that X wave. This more of an impulse move here on the 6th of June. However, that has already taken we have already taken it slow here, so it can't be anything but a 3-wave. So X wave it is, and then we would have another move to the downside. This actually should be a WXY. Submicro. There we go. And the idea would be that we would be looking for a 3 here, 3 up, and then 3 down. At this point, this kind of looks more like a 5-wave. So we could have a 3-wave up again, and then again 5 waves down. Towards more of that 23.1 area-ish. I kind of like the idea that we would be coming down a bit more here, and then up and then down again, to give this more of a proportion. Oh, sorry, this whole thing more of a proportion. This, and obviously this is kind of small, so we need an extension here. But as long as this structure does not go or stay longer than this here, this X in time, it's all fine for me. So yeah, this here would be an opportunity if this happens. If we get a dump 3-wave up, we could be having this leg downwards. 23.1k is definitely a target here. Also, there could be some kind of support here on this channel. Not the best one I would be looking for, but again, some more confidence potentially. We have to note that a weekend is coming, so we could have this whole thing, this very sideways movement during the weekend. It would fit the idea. Friday here, and we could be dumping tomorrow a bit and consolidate during the weekend, and then get that last leg in 3 waves into that wave Y later on. I like this scenario the best. There's also those options that we just talked about, which were the diagonal or the wave X is not done. But I don't really like this idea anymore, this X wave not being done. Diagonal idea where we would have something like this is still valid. Diagonals, however, are a bit less probable than WXYs in my opinion. But we'll see how that turns out. That's Bitcoin. Let's check out ETH. Where do we have ETH? ETH, USDP. Nope. Don't have it here. Not there, but here. ETH is definitely not my favorite at this point. if we are looking at this structure coming from the highs, this to me looks like a 5 wave. So we need a pattern leg for that 5 wave structure. And I'm not quite sure where do we have it. Is this it? I don't really like that. We would have to make it some kind of a diagonal. It could be because we did hit the 0.618 here as an extension target. So this could be an ABC. There is also another scenario where this would be a wave A, or the structure is finished here, and then this would be A, B, C, D, E, a triangle here. So this whole thing would become something like this as an ABC or something else. We could have this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. This very sideways consolidation yet again could be a triangle. Fits kind of well there. On here, we would again need to be looking for a consolidation sideways. This took quite a long time. So again, if this is a 5 wave that we were looking for to the downside, either this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looking for that to be completed before the weekend, or that this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this wave 4 here should be larger than this here, again because it would be a larger degree. Trying to hit that 1533 as the target for 1-to-1 is kind of a stretch unless we create that larger consolidation here, but again that would take quite a long time, and I don't really know if that is really possible or that probable, I guess. Bitcoin has this here as a 3 wave. Could we have a 3 wave here? I mean, it's possible, I guess. It's just the thing that this to me fits better as a 5 wave here at the start. So yeah, I'm not quite sure. Also, what goes against the triangle idea here is that we don't have that contracting look here on RSI. This last leg up here is on the highest side, while the other ones do seem fine. We have the contraction broken here at the top, so that's the only issue I see with this count. I don't think I have very good local structures otherwise if this is not the if we are not looking at the triangle count. We could have some kind of potential diagonal idea as a 1, 2. I think this was 3, 4, and 5, or that, yeah, this would be an ABC here inside for that 3rd wave. But again, it's using so much more time than wave 1 already that I don't know. It's not that good. Yeah, I've seen that 1, 2, 1, 2 idea as well, where this would be a 1, 2, 1, 2. The only issue with that is that this structure here is so much larger in time than this one. So again, a smaller degree wave structure should not take that long, or it shouldn't take longer than a high degree. So that's the only issue we got for that. But is it possible? For sure, it's possible. You could have it like this. The issues, well, there are issues here for sure. How you're going to be labeling this, or you have to end it here, and yeah. But yeah, it's possible. Not saying that it's not, just less probable. But again, ETH doesn't have really good structures either way, so yeah. Happened for Bitcoin, 15k bottom. Second 2 is larger than first 2. Where do you have it? This is the 15k bottom. Here. 1, 2. Is this 1, 2 that you're talking about? Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's not impossible. It's just less probable. Yeah, it is. It's like twice the length. But then again, I did not expect this to be a 5 wave either. Like, this is such a horrible looking structure. What else did we have? ETH, Solana. Solana we already looked at. ADA. I'll probably need to do a... Oh, BA was something that we were meant to look at. Yeah, let's take a look at that now before I forget. Had this for quite a long time, this kind of count, where we had finished something large here. We came down. I feel like this has to be probably a 5 wave, although we don't really see a 4th and 5th here. The structures here are horrible looking as well. I'm not quite sure which count I should be looking at. 3 wave here, coming down, and 3 wave. We do have divergence from here, but again the count itself is really unclear. I think this has to be some kind of 5 wave here. The extensions are just so large in any of these, whatever we use. But it's just the issue that we don't have the 3s and 4s here. Is that again the March 2020 crash? And again, Boeing did not even recover from that. It did not even go to all-time highs afterwards. It's kind of bearish overall. It had this zone here where it went back and back tested this previous area, then dumped again. I don't really find good structures on Boeing at this point. This could be a 3 wave here. It does hit the 0.618, although it does not hit the 1-to-1. Nothing really fits. Okay, let's actually look at on arithmetic. Oh man, I was on log constantly there. But yeah, did he hit the 1-to-1? No, it didn't. Okay. So in both scenarios, this would be a WXY here. WXY. What is this though? I don't know. Like so much overlap, then a dump. Maybe it's a diagonal here somewhere, somehow, and then we have this whole thing as an A, B, and C. That is the only explanation I could get. And then this would be some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere in here. And again, let's see actually. Yeah. As this came down in 3, it's probable that we are looking for this structure to continue to the upside here. And the main target would be these highs. Did this retrace 90%? At least, well, at least the 85.4 here did. So we could, let's get rid of that. We could have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. There is a chance here. I really want this to go a bit higher though. At this moment again we are pretty much in the no man's land here. Oh, we have not even tagged the 0.618 here. But yeah, I feel like this is not going to last until the 1-to-1. Let's see some of the targets if the wave 4 is already in. 1-to-1, 254 is one of the targets. The other one is 292. Which would be again yet another tag into these previous lows that we had on December 2018. But again, these are very high time frame ideas. Wave 4 lows. Yeah, you can see all the chop here. It could be that this wave 4 is not even yet in, and wave 4 could be 3 here, 3 here, and then 5 here. Come back down a bit before we go up. It's really hard to say, but again, the stocks sometimes do this when they have like or are very overlapping and still could be considered impulsive, because just sometimes it just they don't have enough data, and we're looking at too small time frames. I feel like 1 hour is max on most of the stocks. Like here, it's just, we can see that everything is so overlapping, even the structure going up. So either we have a diagonal, or this is the B wave here of that wave 4, and wave 4 would be coming down here a bit. I think that is pretty good. Invalidation at the 0.5. I could actually go set a alert here at the 382. Look for long setups here. If we get a move from here, 1, 2, and then you could be going long. One, two, 1, 2 setup. Can the RSI in second pass the first RSI's bottom? It shouldn't. Depends, of course, on the time frame you're looking at, but it shouldn't, no, because it's a different degree or a different RSI cycle inside. Phantom. I think I actually have it on the scalps. Okay, we have not come back down and taken out the lows, which is good. That is wrong. Let me delete that. It's old. Was everything separate? I have this as a 3-wave into WXY, 3 waves up. There was a possibility where this was an ABC coming down, and then we would be getting a pardon leg like so. That never happened, so this is wrong. So instead we would probably have this as a WXY overall. I think this hit the 0.618 here. Yeah, it did. And then we would be looking for downwards. As this whole thing did not retrace anywhere close to the 90%. Well, why is this? Super old. We would be looking for some kind of WXY here. I was tracking Phantom at some point, but this is really hard. This kind of a dump, consolidation dump, consolidation dump, consolidation dump, consolidation dump, so on. So at this point, the thing I would be looking at is something like a market structure change, taking out some of these highs, for example this one, or even now this one here, because we had previous support turn into resistance here. And if we can tag that, look for a tag on that again, and then go long again. Very local invalidation spot. Yeah, that would be the plan. We had quite a few of these better looking coins than Phantom. GALA, huge disappointment. Yeah, I was looking at GALA as well. However, it still didn't take out the low. I'm still in this long. I did take some profits, but I put my stop loss to break even. But yeah, this is obviously wrong here, this labeling. This should be somewhere in here. We did not even tag the 1-to-1, but we got some kind of move up here, so I got in on it. But yeah, some of these altcoins does have this very good looking move here that doesn't seem to be part of anything before it, so that's why I took quite a few longs here. We'll see if those are paying out or not, but I've de-risked on all of them. So took profits and put my stop loss on break even. So yeah. Let's see what else did we have. Indices we done. This 12-hour tweezer bottom OB Bitcoin. Does it count? It's 2 red candles. I'm not really the best one to talk about any of those order blocks, and I don't even use 12-hour myself. Bottom OB Bitcoin. I have no idea where that would be. Is that here or here? I don't know. Or this one? Some people are adding the wicks as well. But yeah, I don't think I like that on daily. Just completed. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about these. I don't see anything here because nothing has changed. We're still like creating lower lows. Tweezer candle. I don't even know what that is. Dude, I don't know about the candle things either. Dude, how do I add it? 12 hours add. I don't know. I would need to look that up. Yeah, I don't play anything by the candles or the how candles look. It might be a part of somebody's strategy, but not mine at all. Yeah. What was the most bullish chart? USDTRY. What is that? Turkish new Lira. Okay. Oh, what the hell? So, I ask, what the hell? So I assume the Lira has been printed quite a bit. Oh my god. Yeah, there's nothing to do this. I guess we are on third of third and going to the moon. Man, that is funny. It seems like he has hit some kind of very important resistance area, right? Have we received that previously? No. We cannot. Oh my god. What have they done on Turkey? What is going on? What was this? Is there like... Yeah, so I've seen those Twitter charts as well for Bitcoin that looks like this. We just need the hump here, the 50 something K and then 69K, and then this was that three-way we came down in, and now we are here. And then they draw this kind of arrow, and this is my TA. Give me money. And then they have 500K followers on Twitter. And this is like, okay, yeah. Why not? 300% inflation in Turkey last year. Yeah, this explains it. Why the dollar is so strong against it. But did they just print huge amounts of money, or what was going on here? I don't know. This is just super weird. What is this? Horrible. 300%. Oh my god. I need to probably read on that. This looks horrible. I feel really bad for anyone who's living there. Turkish unstoppable money printing. Yeah, okay. Well, that's that then. RIP. Next government. Let's go. TIDAL USDT. TIDAL. Why is this? Oh god. RIP. So this is yet another, some of those rug pulls. Yeah, 99, yeah. Is there anything here? No, nothing. Yeah, it's a RIP. Yeah. Diagonal. Yeah. This is that. Reverse Mumbai. Maybe this is some kind of a, I don't even know. That is the 3-wave, that is the connector wave, that is combining this here for the next wave structure downwards. RIP, RIP. Okay, I think that's it. Gold. Let's check out gold. Actually, I haven't looked at gold for a bit. I had this as a count for higher degree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was the only idea that I had for anything for a diagonal, but we'd have this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just, I don't know. I did not like the proportions of it. That's why I don't really like to play it. Also, it would need to retrace way better, way up. Yeah, I don't like it either. I would like to trade it to the short side rather than up. Yeah, for sure. 3 here and then potential 5th as we did take out the highs here. Liquidity grab here, taking the swing failure. Whee! And then we would be correcting this whole move here. But later on, in few years, maybe this would be very, very decent if we indeed have this as a, because I think I have this as a super bullish count here overall. Yeah, I do. Grand super cycle 1, 2, super cycle 1, 2, and then this would be a cycle 1, 2, and then moon. That of course means that as we are comparing it against dollars, that dollar is going to die, or at least weaken a lot compared to gold, because I don't think the gold in itself has any more value than ever before either. So yeah, I'm from Finland. Finland. I don't have the very typical Finnish accent, but I don't have the perfect English accent either. So yeah, it's very hard to distinguish where I'm from. But yeah, that's that. DXY, let's check out that as well. I like it. I like the summers especially. Like now, it's like almost 25 degrees outside and so sunny. And yeah, it's been, the weather is so nice until it starts to get into the fall and winter. I don't like winter as much anymore because the there's so much rain nowadays. It's not like it was before when I was a child, when it was actually a snowstorms and everything like that. Nowadays it's just rain and very English type weather climate, I guess. It's not looking too hot for dollar either. I was wanting this to be a third wave. It's nice coming back to the 0.5 and we are getting closer and closer to the invalidation here. This is so extended for an ABC structure that it doesn't make too much sense. Like almost to the 2.618. That's why, again, wave 4 was the expectation here. And now, today, we have been just dumping downwards with this. Maybe there is one more high to be made. This looks like a 3 though. But who knows? DXY with the Elliott wave is such garbage, to be honest. Some of these structures are just so horrible. But yeah, I think I'm going to call it for now, for this time again. We went through all the assets that we had on the requests, and that's going to do it. I think it's all fine. 5th of the 4th. I mean, it pretty much needs to stop here. It's already beyond the 0.5, but if we just break the low, I don't know. 5 of the 4 is in short time. Maybe you can post a picture on the Discord or something. Yeah, I don't understand it. It's so hard to read the words and try to understand them into a picture. Oh, this one? Or which one looks like a 5 wave? Not the structure coming down, no. Oh, okay. So you would have this already complete. I mean, that could be the case. Yeah, so this would be the wave 4 or something. Okay, yeah, it could be. Like some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Or this one. Yeah, doesn't really matter. Not really a fan of that either. I'm not going to be trading it, so I don't care. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's good logic. But yeah, I think I'm going to be calling this stream for now. Again, thanks for watching and thanks for chatting and being active on the chat. It's always more fun to do these when there is someone actually listening and trying to chat back to you. But yeah, catch you on the next one. See you. Bye-bye.